Hey guys, what's up? It's been a bit. I was busy preparing and playing the Pro Tour in Seattle, which luckily my all my preparation that I put into it um paid off. I made the top four of the Pro Tour, which just an incredible feeling, a long-term goal of mine. The first time I saw that stage with all the spotlights and just Magic being played on the very best against each other, the tension, the commentating, the excitement around it. I was just, oof, I want to be there. Made it all the way to the semifinals, then just got demolished by eventual winner Ikawa. Good beats, well played to him, very well deserving a victory. Great deck choice for the event and also tightly played. Yeah, what can I say? I sort of decided to just put content to the wayside because I just basically prioritized the Pro Tour testing over it. I was just like, hey, I really want to succeed on the Pro Tour. That's like been a long time dream and goal of mine. And so I was just, should I put out standard content right now? Or should I test for the Pro Tour? And I just decided, hey, I want to test for the Pro Tour. The issue this time really was the tight window of time we only had. The set came out 8 days before decklist submission, which is pretty crazy because decklist submission is already like on Wednesday before the Pro Tour, so it's a little bit earlier than the actual tournament. So we just had 8 days to figure out the limited format and to figure out the standard format. Luckily, it was the 13th set or whatever in an already huge standard. So it didn't make that much of an impact. I'm playing Esper Midrange. Look at the stack list. There's literally only one new card, which is Concealed Courtyard. Maybe there's something aside, but yeah, right. There's Pest Control, which is a big player in the format now, to be fair. But yeah, barely any new cards. But still, people wanted to try stuff. We tried brews. I was in the team, usually the type of person who's like, guys, we gotta test the stock A deck list against stock B and stock C against stock A deck list. Let's get away from these brews. There's only like a slim chance they're gonna turn out to be good. Yeah. In the end, we played Esper Midrange. I think 6 of us. We had one player on Convoke, that was Martin User. We had four people on Golgari Midrange, led by Reed Duke, the little Yana of the Veil Mastermind, and then 2 people on Blue-White Control, Nassif and Seth Manfield. I think we did pretty poorly in Constructed this time around. Overall, not the greatest Pro Tour for Team Channel Fireball. The Golgari deck was just fine. The Esper deck was, just fine. Very much around 50-50, both of those. Blue-White was a bit better. Turned out to be, a great choice for the event. As all these Sunfall decks turn out to be, or like these go bigger decks. Like Teemo Analyst was surprisingly strong, which we didn't expect to be very good for the event. And Blue-White, Domain. And yeah, of course, the Slogurk Legends deck, which also, like every deck that sort of preyed on mid-range, right, that did something either go over the top or go crazy combo, go bigger with the Slogurk stuff, right? So just Esper didn't have a great time. But hey, that might change because now the metagame is just like really thrown around. I feel like there's a ton of decks that are around like the 10%. A little bit more, a little bit less. The metagame is very wide. Sorry. And I think Esper Midrange, if you adapt the list a little bit, could make a comeback. So, yeah, with all that being said, this is my Esper Midrange list that I have now. I haven't played much Magic recently. I kind of took a break after the event. I was longer in Seattle and then I just came back home. Fought with the jet lag, still haven't quite won that battle yet. 9 hours difference is quite the difference. And yeah, I just took a little bit of a break from Magic. I hope you understand. Yeah, but here we are. Esper Midrange is back. There's still regional championships all over the world coming up in Standard. So yeah, I just wanted to showcase the deck that I played at the Pro Tour, share some of my knowledge, and how I would play the list going forward. If you are aware of the list that I played at the PT, you already recognize some changes. So I cut a cut down, I cut a Dennick, I cut an Aclazotz, and a Deep-Cavern Bat. I added a Long Goodbye to the main deck over the cut down, essentially. A Dennick I shaved for a Faerie Mastermind. I shaved the Deep-Cavern Bat for like a Tidebinder, and I cut the Aclazotz for an Ertai. So yeah, all these cards, these two especially, they're good against the go big stuff decks. So just having them in the main deck makes those matchups a little bit better. For the Pro Tour, I expected a lot of mirror matches and Convoke, so I played the Aclazotz in the main deck. But here, now, I think the metagame has evolved. Esper midrange is much less of a dominating force. So yeah, you can go, lower on hating that and go a bit higher on hating other decks. I think also aggro is a bit on the decline. One of the reasons why we ran free Dennick is the respect for Convoke. You really want to curve Dennick into Raffine against them. That's a really good curve. But yeah, I think Convoke is on the downswing. It hasn't really succeeded much in any of the Pro Tour and the following regional championships. So yeah, trimming on the Dennick. And then the Deep-Cavern Bat. Team Handshake played only 2 copies, or I think some played 3, but most of them played 2 copies, stating that it's not great in the mirror match and also not good against Legends. So yeah, I'm hedging a little bit. I'm going down 1 here. I can definitely see that often, like, the second copy is kind of awkward. You're happy to have it on turn 2, especially on the play. It's amazing. Into a Raffine is your best draw. But it can be awkward later down the line in a top deck situation, especially. It's often just, a 2-mana 1/1. It's not very good against sweepers from the top of the opponent's deck either, or stuff like Archangel of Wrath. Like, Domain has a lot of ways to kill it. Like, there's just a lot of ways to kill this thing. So I'm going down on it, and I must say the third copy is on the watch list. I didn't make any changes to the mana base. I was pretty happy with that. Sideboard, a few changes. Yeah, cut down, destroy evil is pretty stock. I had them into Pro Tour. I added 1 Rest in Peace. We really didn't respect Teemo Analyst. It didn't succeed much on Magic Online prior to the Pro Tour, and everybody was packing like 3 Rest in Pieces in the Magic Online events. And when we tested the matchup, sure, game 1's great for Teemo, but the post-board games, when the Graveyard Hate comes in, is pretty tough. And we also liked our matchup with Esper against it. So then, like, last minute, or on like the last day, or maybe the last and a half day, we kind of, I suggested trimming the Graveyard Hate entirely and just making room for other very important sideboard cards. And that's why we didn't play any at the Pro Tour. But yeah, Teemo Analyst just seems to be succeeding continuously, so I just added 1 Rest in Peace. I think the matchup is still pretty fine, especially with Tidebinder and Ertai in the main deck now. That's really good against them. 3 Pest Control. I found this to be the best card against Convoke. The 3 mana options are a little bit too slow sometimes on the draw, especially against the turn 2 Lethal Demolition. But Team Handshake played a split of 2 Pest Control, 2 Lockdown, which, Lockdown's pretty reasonable. It comes in against some other decks as well. It has a little bit more impact and gives you a little bit more variety, I suppose, in terms of removal. And then, last but not least, Loran of the Third Path. Just very important to kill Urabra's Forge against the aggressive decks, and nice in the mirror match. Wandering Emperor, just a very flexible card. Good against aggro, good against control decks where you want to keep up counter magic. I just like to bring this in against a lot of matchups where post-board the games slow down a little bit. It's nice to have another like higher impact card. Obscura Interceptor, recent edition. I was thinking about what to do for the Domain matchup, and I think this is one of the better things you can have. It goes around Cavern and just bounces Attracts and Archangel, which are like the most problematic cards. So I'm just putting that in there and hoping that makes the Domain matchup a little bit better. And then 1 copy of Aclazotz in the sideboard. Yeah, that is the deck. Let's play some Magic with it. Okay, well, I can definitely work with this, Francis being our opponent. One interesting thing that I didn't address in the intro is the decision if you want to play Wedding Announcement or Preacher of the Schism. Duelist of the Mind, I definitely don't recommend. That card is not very good. Sorry, Nathan. Yeah, so we wanted to have Wedding Announcement because it just is better in the mirror match. It's still the case, and that won't change so quickly. Here we'll just go for the Bat. I don't think this card is all that threatening. I don't know what my opponent's up to. We'll find out, I guess. But yeah, I'm just gonna go Bat into Raffine, hopefully, here. Oh, it's just a Ninja deck. I guess we have the Ninja Castigo, don't we? Prosperous Thief. So if they return this to hand, it won't be in play when this enters, right? So that won't be, so they make a treasure and play it again. That's it. Then I play Raffine. And they can't really do anything about that. So I don't really care if they're ninjutsu here. So I guess I care either of Tidebinder or March. Tidebinder can do some annoying stuff. March doesn't really matter that much. I think I take the Tidebinder. You can stop my Emperor. I guess you can counter the ninjutsu, right? I think so, yeah. Was ninjutsu just a cost? I don't remember. Return an... yeah, I think you can counter this trigger here, which is pretty brutal, actually. Yeah, okay. Let's go for Fiend, get in there. Just having the casual nut draw right away here in the first game. I think it's Darkslick Shores or Tidebinder here. I don't think I want to discard Dennick. I kind of like Dennick go for the throat next turn, probably. Tidebinder. Tidebinder seems very nice against ninjutsu. I think I'm just going to ditch the Darkslick. Like, you do want to buff your lifelinking flyer, of course, so that's appealing, but I think it's more important to... Oh, they get a treasure whenever any. Okay, fair enough. I was not aware of that. Alright, let's try to attack. See what they do. Okay. It's just Raffine. Yeah, maybe the bat. Just more lifelink. They're gonna march it, maybe? Okay. Yeah, that's fine. It fizzles, that's okay. And they take one. And then I can just play Dennick. Or Emperor. I think I just played Dennick. I think I will just pass. Killing the Satoru doesn't seem great. They have another one. So I will block the Thief if they let me. Yeah, okay, I'm probably gonna kill that. But I don't even attack with the Thief. Figuring out that I have a removal, I guess. I guess it's obvious. Alright, take 3, that's fine. Take another treasure. I think mana is not that, like, useful for them. I maybe should have killed... Like, I wanted to wait until they maybe flash in some crazy ninja. That was the reason why I didn't kill it. I think that's actually good, right? Like, and then take the 3 and then end of turn kill the Lord. Okay. I think I just get in there with everybody. Just buff up the Dennick. They have another march. Oh my god. Yeah, okay. Sure. Yeah, pass the turn. Just Satoru. This guy really doesn't want to attack. Sure. More treasures. Oh. That's a big boy. I can counter the ability. With the Tidebinder and turn this into... Yeah, it's still a big creature. We'll see. I got a little bit of a flying army, so I'm probably gonna be fine. I think I will just buff up the bat. And then get in there. These two. Discard Raffine. Maybe Vetting. And play Virtue end of turn. I think Vetting is like whatever. I just want to deal damage. This is 5. Go to 15. I will counter that. Stop them from drawing a card. Then I have Anchorage, that's 7 damage. We'll see, maybe I can get there. Everybody at Emperor, wow, that's aggressive. But that means I can just crack back for lethal, potentially. I think I'll just, yeah, let my Emperor die and just attack for everybody. I have another knight coming here. This was pretty aggressive to the Emperor. Now they sacrificed the Satoru to just have a blocker. Another blocker. 2 blockers. I don't think that's enough. No. I can just do this and then buff a flyer. That's a lot of counters too. Here you go. Anchorage. Draw 7. Alright, there you go. Okay, so yeah. A little bit of an off-meta deck here. We're beating it with a solid Esper draw. Esper is pretty good at destroying decks that aren't prepared for it, honestly. Like, the power level of the deck is just extremely high. I think it didn't do so well at the Proto because it was enemy number 1. Everybody was just targeting it. And like, again, these Go Bigger decks had a good showing against it. Okay, ninjutsu, huh? Okay. No More Lies doesn't seem great here against the ninjutsu opponent. Neither does my virtue stuff. I definitely like the cut down. I guess I don't have much. Maybe the Emperor has a flash thing that kills ninjutsu cards. The Tidebinder against the ninjutsu stuff. Aclazotz just difficult to kill for a blue-black deck. That's pretty much it. I mean, Destroy Evil. No, doesn't seem great. I mean, they might have the 2/4. There's like a... I think there's another Satoru, right? Like a 2/4 ninja, but I wouldn't hedge against that. Yeah, maybe we'll just kick out a Virtue for an Aclazotz. And then play another Tidebinder for a Virtue or Vetting. Just trim down 1 Vetting. Seems like I don't need the Vetting and the Virtue stuff here to go over the top of them. So I can trim down a little bit there and just put in some more interaction. Tidebinder is just, in the end, interaction, which is nice. Huh. I think I'm gonna run it. I'm on the draw. I have a pretty good chance of finding the black in time. And even if I don't find a black, I have 2 spells. If I find any land that I can cast. Okay. 1000-Faced Shadow. Pretty good enabler for ninjutsu. Anyways, I could see that the Preacher of the Schism version of Esper has a future. Because Preacher is faster and more threatening for like Domain and what's it called? Interesting. I think I'll just play Dennick. Could they be able to draw cards here? Maybe, right? Then the Faerie would be good. A little worried about getting outpaced. And just want to get the lifelinker down, I think. Seems important. Yeah, so the Preacher is, I think, better against Domain and better against like the blue-white control deck. So you could make that meta call and say like, hey, I don't. It's also a little better against Convoke. Preacher, that is. Against aggro decks in general, the Vetting version is a little worse. Interesting. So no ninjutsu, just 2 mana up. I don't know what that could mean. I think I'm just gonna attack and then pass with these 3 options up. Probably going for like Mastermind and cut down this turn. Don't really feel like slamming any of these and getting proactive. I think I want to get more of their board gone and develop a little bit more myself. Oh, you have Faerie yourself. Okay. It's a good card, even though it's not a ninja. But I guess it works with this. Ninja and rogues. Alright. Sure. Let's play this and see what they do. May I block? I may block. Let's block here. Oh, I'm stupid. This was a mistake. Well, now I have to let it happen. Yes. Something's happening in my street. Someone's not happy. Some honking. Yeah, like this is a huge punt against ninjutsu. You cannot do this where you just say like no blocks and then you wait for them and then play a removal, because now, because it's unblocked, if I cast a removal, they can just ninjutsu and protect their creature from a kill spell. So you need to play the removal pre-blocks, because then they're not unblocked. So I kind of took 2 damage for no reason here. Well. So they have Faerie in their deck. So if I play Raffine here, bit awkward against the Faerie. So I think I'm not gonna play Raffine. And I could play a post-combat Raffine. I think I'm just gonna pass for the Emperor. Yeah. Okay. So now I'm gonna do it pre-blocks, so they can't ninjutsu. Yeah, opponent obviously a little unlucky here, missing land drops and not having like a nice ninjutsu payoff. To be honest, I wouldn't even know what that would be. There's like a mythic rat, I think. There's the 2/1 that ninjutsu's for 1 mana, right? I'm already ahead on board, so I'm just not gonna commit on the main phase here. I'm just gonna keep passing. I have Tidebinder and another Emperor. Maybe they have another Faerie here. They also have the Anchorage to block flyers with. A Faerie. It's not the most, like, maybe I should have made a Samurai token here, I guess. Would be a little bit better now, but yeah, maybe it was a slight misstep. Just gonna do the same again. Deja vu. Okay, yeah, I guess that got me good. Alright, fair enough. That was bad. For me. Okay. 3 cards in hand. Alright. Now that they're tapped out, I'm gonna tap out myself. And they're under pressure here. This Dennick on turn 2 turned out to be a pretty nice play, gaining us a bunch of life and just continuously chiming in. I don't know how much damage this Dennick has done. Everything, right? It's the only creature I had. Everybody at me, yeah. Okay. You got plenty of life. You can attack me. Okay, there's the 2/1. They get to draw a card here. A little bit of value. and a Prodigy for 1. He had 6 life. So could it? I think this is the turn where I actually do play Raffine. I want to attack multiple creatures anyways, so the vetting is gonna trigger. Which means the fairy will draw a card anyways. So I'm just gonna do this. Make them chump block here likely. Yeah. I'm gonna just discard these 2. I have another play coming. They draw a card. If I play this, whenever I draw this, no, it doesn't work. So they have to chump block, go to free, and I have a lot of problems on the board right now for them to deal with. Pass, draw a card. Eiganjo, alright. Bit of a non-game. They missed a bunch of land drops. Couldn't really deploy all their cards. And I made some sloppy plays. Network Disruptor. Okay. Tapping lands. You don't see that often these days on cards that they're able to tap lands. And my opponent has... What's this? What is this about? I think... Surprise me. Okay. Alright, maybe I shouldn't have blocked. Maybe that was too greedy. They got me good. Alright. Oh my goodness. More 1/1 flyers. Alright. They just trade this with that, and then the blocks. The block here. Maybe double block. Jump. Okay. They didn't wanna continue. Fair enough. Alright, there we go. First W with Esper. Play first. 2-drop into Raffine. Not gonna mulligan this. Duh. Good card, this Raffine is. Yeah, I think Esper really only gets better. I'm not saying it's like the Holy Grail or whatever, but I think Esper had its worst weekend at the Pro Tour. And I think it will just be better for the future. Not saying it will be the best or anything, but it should improve. Because, again, just the attention is very spread out right now. There has been like Domain and Legends and Blue-White Control as sort of the top decks coming from the Pro Tour. And yeah, so attention spread out. Not enemy number 1 anymore. All good things for Esper, of course. Low decision here. Cut down or not to cut down. Botanical Sanctum. I kind of just want to curve out. Seems pretty important, but maybe not as important as killing this Rot Priest. Yeah, I think things could go wrong. I'm not sure exactly what I'm up against. It could be the normal Bond Toxic version, or it could be the blue-green version that has a bunch of protection spells. So against the blue-green version, you really don't want that thing to live ever. Okay, looks like they have some sort of protection here. This is actually not that good against Tidebinder, huh? 3 cards. They might have Fading Hope. So it's a pretty common card. I really do want to play a free drop and then have these 2 next turn. If I play Raffine, is that a good idea? I think playing Raffine is gonna be okay. Get Raffine down, blocks this thing. They can't Fading Hope Raffine right now. Cost them 2 mana. And then next turn I have all my flash cards up. Alright, great. Yeah, just pass the turn. That's phenomenal for me. Good, okay. So now, I think I'll just attack first things first. They might Fading Hope me here. No? Okay. I mean, I could still do it. No? Play Takenuma. The Fading Hope is going to be good against the Virtue. They might also have March. Who knows? They might have the Augury. Sure. I get a little bit of poison. That's fine. They get to look for a card. I mean, I'm still at a very high life total essentially. They will attack. Okay. Well, let's test the waters. So they will Fading Hope. I will No More Lies, and then I hope they only have one. Oh, they have Serum Snare. Fine. Same thing. They might have the Fading Hope here as well. Yeah, they do. Okay. That's fine. They get one poison hit in. They're down to 2 cards in hand. It's okay. What am I doing here? I think I'm just playing Virtue, honestly. Gives me a good blocker against the Rod Priest. So if they have a bounce, they can get in for 1, but you know, that's again not that impressive. They're very low on resources. Okay, that's pretty good. That's like one of the worst things that could have happened. So whenever S spell, no RPG appears spell token. That was pretty impressive actually. I would have rather had Tidebinder open against that exactly. Huh. Now I'm flooded with 3 drops. Awkward. I could see this game slipping away. Not quite sure what I should do here. If I pass the turn, they can just attack and then sort of react to my Tidebinder. Yeah. Maybe I just play Vetting. Make it 2/2. Or I just play Raffine. I think I like Vetting the most. I'm gonna bluff something here. Definitely do it like this. They're trying to get me. I'm gonna have to hold full control. Maybe I have a 2-mana spell here. Yikes. Yeah. The one line of the Virtue, sort of everything fell apart after that. Impressive. An Sentry. Just a kill spell and a poison creature in one. Pretty brutal. My goodness, and drawing another 3-drop. How unlucky. That's a yikes. Okay. Oh, man. You gotta be out of stuff now, right? Can't believe this game is a losing one. I looked so good. Should have not played the Virtue, huh? Should have spent my turn differently. I was like, oh, I'm gonna get a blocker, you know, if they bounce it, whatever. They literally played a creature that adds poison damage to me. Okay, well, I'm still in it, of course. If they don't have anything left, definitely still in it. But now, like, a March would add 3 poison, for example. Like, I would just die to a March? Nah, I guess I wouldn't die to a March right now. No. They have another removal. One more removal. Like, even a bounce here would be kind of brutal. Okay, they have this. Put me to 1 poison. Well, I might be okay with this Tidebinder just saving me. Theoretically. I think I'm just attacking for 1. Because I really want the tokens this time. Eiganjo. So what's going to happen here is that if they find a way to target this, I can then counter the poison trigger. Which is what I'm hoping for to happen. It's pretty amazing that I got into this position. I don't know, like maybe the turn where I played Virtue, I guess I messed up. I should have just hold up Tidebinder. Then if they play Sentry, counter it, and I can never lose this game. Damn it. Alright, well, that is a Proliferate card, which also kills me. I could have countered the Rod Priest trigger, which would be pretty nice, but like they can also exile my Tidebinder then. Yikes. That was a big yikes, this game. Jesus. Okay, well, actually the first time I'm playing against this matchup in ever. I think, maybe not ever, but like in a long, long time. So yeah, let's see. Okay. I think I'm not very interested in having the enchantment package. The virtues, the normalize seems medium, maybe a bit better on the play. I think I like the Tidebinder, I like the Pest Controls, I like Loran, I like Destroy Evil. Aclazotz, no. So they have the Skrelv's Hive, which is pretty annoying. Maybe I'll keep a normalize for that, and then maybe an Emperor. Any bad cards? Dennick is a bit underwhelming. Faerie is a bit underwhelming. Virtue blocks a little bit better against these might tokens, so maybe I should put in some virtues instead of fairies. Wedding's like fine, but I think Wedding's not the way I win. Like Wedding is not fine, Wedding is bad, I think. My bat is good. Faerie Mastermind, maybe. That deck is so weird, right? Like such a weird draw as well, like bounce, proliferate. Like it's just like how do you even lose to that? Yeah, somehow you do. Yeah, I wonder what the normalized. Like the deck is so cheap, I just don't think it's that good. Well, on the other hand, because the deck is very cheap, they don't have many lands. That counters a good chunk of their things. Alright, maybe I'll try it. I think on the draw I'm gonna not have it. Yeah, I wonder what Simon Nielsen would have done there. Maybe he would have just passed with the Tidebinder up. Not play the Virtue. Maybe that was just too risky, I don't know. It was a fine hand. A lot of pain lands here. But the pain actually not as important against the toxic deck. Like Fran Portal turn 1. Maybe they have a little bit of a mana issue because you usually don't want to play that land on turn 1 if possible, if you can avoid so. Okay, so they have a high density of cards that actually have impact here, so I might not want to play the bat. Might want to hold Normalize up. That also actually doesn't seem that great against them because they have a lot of bounce, so late in the game they can just bounce the bat and... Okay, luckily they don't have a high impact card here. Like they only have one high impact card, so that's good for me. Okay, cool. But I don't have a good stabilizing creature here, so I'm just gonna die to these 1/1s. Can't even go for the throat to Skrelv. Well, that was a good draw, I guess. Although they have another Skrelv over there. They have March. I think I'm just gonna pass the turn for now. I drew all 4 of my pain lands. Wow, that never happened before. Luckily, it's in this matchup. Okay, they drew a Seachrome Coast. They don't even want to attack this Skrelv. Fine. Oh, that's a good draw. I wish I would have had that last turn, but it's fine. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna jam. cut down. Maybe I just drew another land there. Could be a third Skrelv. Yeah, I think I have to. Yeah, I was like, they have to do this. I think I agree with that. I could actually cut down that, honestly. It's like the pest control will kill the token, so it's kind of nice to have that get gone, and then I save myself 2 poison there, which is, you know, it's a fifth of my life total essentially. They might march me here. No, they played a Yami Echoes, right? What, please pay. So, do I want to just let the fog resolve? Do I want to get in there? I think I want to get in there, honestly. Okay. Maybe these two? Yeah, seems good. I think I'm just going to pull the trigger here. So now I have a lot of things covered. Okay, sure. Tidebinder. At 9. Put him to 5. 4. I guess this is good enough. No need to like discard a spell here, I think. I just already have lethal. Pass the turn, I guess. Get in there with the Skrelv. Yeah, if they have like an Annex Sentry or a bounce spell, if they have Annex Sentry, I have cut down. If they have a bounce spell, I basically force them to kind of like bounce this, but they kind of have to, they have to bounce, like they're just dead, honestly. Like if they have a bounce spell here, they die to the flyers. If they have a bounce spell there, I block, and then they need another blocker, which they don't have. Okay, Normalize, definitely worse on the draw. I think I don't want them. Yeah, Aclazotz is definitely not the card I want here. Virtue, yes, so it's not great with Pest Control, but it does block this guy, for example, or like this card as well. I think I'm gonna just keep and Normalize maybe. Like in these later turns, like there you could see it. It was kind of nice for the march. Just having it like when there's a big march to just fog or get like a boost of poison into then I think yeah, the Normalize can be okay. Well, one more land. This hand is pretty nice, but I don't have Pest Control. These guys are a bit expensive. Just the mulligan. Yeah, I think I'm gonna keep this. I'm not gonna go to 5. I'm just gonna pray for a white mana source. Rod Priest. An island. Well, here definitely suffering that I cut the cut down. Like I only have 3 cut downs in the list right now. Again, like sort of thinking that aggro won't be much of a thing, but I guess Ban Toxic had a little bit of a comeback sort of appearance lately. More blue-black lands. Yeah. Fair enough. If it's just this Rot Priest. Okay. Okay. Come on, untapped white. Nice, that was huge. Okay, they will be able to have the seed core enabled, but hey, what can you do? Which makes all their 1/1s pretty threatening. So I hope they don't have the high fear. Another Rot Priest. Okay, 2 cards left. Another Rot Priest. Yes. Oh my god, how lucky. Yeah, that was lucky. They have a Fading Hope. Oh. It's just 2 poison to my face, essentially. Okay. This card is not very good. It's like reasonable against red damage, right? But not good against Esper, I would think. And now I just want to put on the pressure here, so I'm not keeping the Otawara around. I'm just going to play the Tidebinder, just the 4-turn clock, 5 damage. So yeah, just throwing this out there and attacking. Well, that helps. That does help. Sure. It should cut the clock short by 1 turn shorter. Nice. All right, get the post-board games. Feel like with tighter play, I might have, you know, gotten the game 1 as well. That was an interesting one. All right, well, this was lucky though. I mean, I must say, I think without these 2 pest controls, things would have looked dire a little bit. It's also good to see, honestly, that Pest Control is not only phenomenal against Convoke, it's also very good against this poison deck. So, yeah, makes me feel kind of comfortable about that matchup. Okay, yep, mulligan upon mulligans as well. We're on the draw. This hand is reasonable. Now it would be nice to know what I'm up against, of course. In open deck lists, you would have a bit of a better idea what to bottom. Close deck list, I'm just gonna get rid of the duplicate, I guess. I might regret that if the long goodbye turns out to be bad, but it looks like it's gonna be okay. Plains Convoke likely. Hopefully not the God draw. My hand is not very good against Convoke. Oh, it's mono red? Maybe? Could still be Convoke, I guess. Huh. Interesting. I feel like this Deep-Cavern Bat is probably just going to run into a removal. I mean, there could be a certain set of cards where it would be good, but I think with them having such a medium board presence right now, I'm just happy passing the turn with my interaction up. Just, it's Convoke actually. So just to prevent them from developing further. Warden of the Inner Sky. They have the Knight Errant. I'm pretty happy to normalize that. Yeah, let's go. That's great. 1 card left. I think I should just ignore that I have this bat. Although I think it's a spell. Like they played Mountain, Battlefield Forge. I have a hard time imagining it's like any land, because what land is like turn 2 Mountain. They also played a Mountain without even having, I don't know. I think it's a spell. I could take it. If they top deck something, I could be in trouble, but they also have another draw. Like, they could draw into... They have 2 draws here. I think it's a little safer to just pass the turn. If they just start tapping their things, I will just kill the Warden. And so I have Tidebinder up. Nothing bad can happen. Alright, cool. Might just be a case. Wouldn't be surprised if it's that. Murex. A Pixie. Pixie to get an Epicure back to hand, I guess. Sure. I guess I could counter the Pixie trigger, make it a 1/1. I think I just want to long goodbye this Warden here. Maybe that's wrong. Maybe I should just counter this trigger. I don't know. I think I'm gonna try to kill. I'm just gonna kill the Warden. They're playing it. I think I'm kind of happy they play it, honestly. It's like 1 less card to loot away. I'm gonna take this. I definitely gotta be careful about my life total, but just pass. Interesting game. Maybe I should have typed on it last turn so I have blockers for these 1/1s. Okay, that's good. I could Deep-Cavern Bat. They're gonna Mirex me here. Sure thing. They crack a blood main phase. It's somewhat tempting to Mastermind. Draw an extra card, but I think I shouldn't pull the trigger. I should just stabilize here with Emperor. They might have a case for the Samurai, which actually would flip the case. Make all their creatures into a 2/2. Like that into 2 power, which wouldn't be good, huh? That's a Warden, alright. I look a bit bad for using this go for the throat. I guess I can exile the Warden right away here, which I probably will do. There's a go for the throat. Well, no, I don't have to, I guess. They scry to the bottom. Interesting, interesting. Super interesting. I feel like this matchup is very difficult to play from the Esper side, and sometimes, like, so many different lines I can take. I think I'm gonna do this. I wouldn't be surprised if it's like a case. It's a reinforcement. Okay, fine. And then I'm gonna exile you. Attack. Maybe exiling the Warden is wrong. I don't know. Like, I do have a go for the throat for the Warden after all, and having an Emperor around is nice. But yeah, I wanted to put them low on resources that in case if they draw a land here, I basically get to immediately draw a card here because, you know, not they have nothing going on. They draw a bad card, they're gonna sack the blood immediately. I'm gonna draw a card here, use my mana effectively. And if this is not exactly a knight errant, I think they have a hard time coming back, you know. So I took my shot there. And I got a little lucky upon drew lands. Oh, it should be pretty safe. Oh, they're gonna crack the blood again. Oh, they're playing a warden. Looks like they're playing a warden. Oh, okay. Well, they found it one turn too late. The turn prior would have been pretty awesome. Soken-san. Okay, so you just give up. Close game, close game. They didn't have the Gleeful early, which is, you know, their best start. I think I maneuvered this game kind of well. Definitely some interesting spots. Okay, Pest Control, I heard is good. Aclazotz is nice, Cutdown is good, Tidebinder is good. Warning Emperor, Loran. Depending on the amount of War Leader's Call, you might want Destroy Evil. Wedding's bad, Faerie's bad. And that's... I mean, the Ertai... I actually haven't played much with the Ertai at all. I mean, I played a little bit with it in testing. I don't know how good it is in this matchup specifically. It seems like meh. I guess the worst cards I have are like Go for the Throat and the Ertai. You could even... Nah, you can't play Negate. Maybe the Go for the Throat goes. Long Goodbye is actually worse, isn't it? There's no artifact creatures beside my tokens. My list now is a little lower on Convoke Hate. I have one less Aclazotz, I have one less Cutdown, one less Dennick. It still maps out fine. Like, I'm not playing any terrible card in the main deck, but yeah, it would be nice to have a little bit more. I think I would keep this hand if I had a black source here. Like, I'm on the draw, I have Bat into Raffine, but not having a black source, not having Pest Control, you know, having a 5-drop, 2 lands, a 4-drop, 2 lands, just too many variables that are not good. Okay, this is better. This is a pretty nice 7. What am I bottoming? Maybe the Virtue, honestly. Yeah, I think the Virtue it is. Ugh. They might have messed up here. If they, I mean, if they have Knight Errant, they have the God Draw, then I'm dead. Yeah, okay, fine. They could have tapped the 2 creatures and a token, get a counter, then Gleeful, and tap again. If they have this, obviously correct to do it this way, so they didn't do any mistakes or whatever, but yeah. Alright, well, that's what Convoke can do. This is sort of like out of this world powerful, of course. 9 power on turn 2. Including drawing some cards. So you're saying you have another Knight Errant in hand? There's not much I can do against that, honestly. I guess I can counter it with Normalize. Probably will do that, honestly. And then play Raffine and just take a beating? No, okay. You just wanted to buff your Warden. Alright, fair enough. Well, I would like to draw Pest Control. Just about preserving life total. Killing the 4/4. I mean, Pest Control is pretty insane here. The last card in hand is a Case. I'm a little bit in trouble. So if I pass here, they attack for 6. If I play Raffine, I mean. They kill this, they attack for 6, put me to 9. Next turn I play Emperor, make a token, block, take 5, go to 4, make another token, play Raffine, have 3 blockers against 5 creatures at 4 life. That should work. If they have a Case, then they can kill Raffine. I still have 2 blockers, go to 1. And then I can make a 3rd blocker against 3 2/1s. If I play Raffine now, they don't have Case. What are they gonna do? They're gonna attack all, block, take 4, 5, 6, 7. It's not like that's much better. They have 1 card left. I'm just not gonna play around the Case. Already somewhat behind. It's just more upside. Oh, okay. That is a beating. Block here, take 5, 11, 14. Yeah, I'm dead. Crazy. Yeah, I mean, I could have passed, countered that, take a bunch, draw Pest Control, win the game. Yeah, maybe that's better. I don't know. I mean, you know, like my opponent already had the God draw on the play, so it was like, I won't play around stuff. That was sort of my thinking there. You know, like when you're already behind, your opponent has a great draw. Like it play a little bit more risky. Like that's what I tend to do. It's just, you know, you can't just already behind on board and then still play around certain things. If you can, do it, but like I felt like the Raffine had a pretty big upside there. So yeah, I just went with the Raffine. I thought about not doing it, right? Like I thought about if I could play around it, but no, sir. This is a good draw. That on the play into Raffine is as best as you can do. The Warden, okay. What do you got? Double reinforcements, Gleeful. Gleeful doesn't do anything. Double reinforcements is a little annoying. But yeah, I think I'm just gonna take the reinforcements here. Hopefully they don't draw a Frame Inspector. Okay. A little bit of an interesting situation here. Do I play Raffine? They kept the card on top. Or do I play Cut Down on the Warden? I think it's too important to play Raffine, honestly, to get going with that. Try to find Pest Control. Aclazotz. Interesting. Funny. Yeah. Not the most threatening card, honestly. I've seen worse. Like Urabra's Forge, I don't know. It's, you know, it has its spots, but we found it in testing too slow against Esper in most cases. Also, it walks into Tidebinder. Yeah. Yeah, I think I will attack with both. I need to draw something. They could blow up the forge technically. This is, if I kill the recruiter with cut down, this is 6, 8, 10 damage, go to 12. Play Aclazotz, gain life. I should be pretty okay here. They have removal for the Aclazotz next turn. Maybe I'm in trouble, but I still have the bat to lifelink it up. What's my opponent even thinking about at this point? They could have blown up the forge pre-con. Wow. They tap these two. I guess they're thinking about the Anchorage. Alright. Oh, this gains flying. Right. Yeah, that's a bit of an issue, I guess. That is a bit of an issue. You know what? Issue resolved, I guess. I wanted to keep the Otawara to have guaranteed Aclazotz, but at this point, I think I just have to bounce the Warden. And that's pretty fine for me, honestly. Like, could activate this and swing in. That's so I have a recruiter here. Activate this. They take 4, 6. They die in 2 turns, likely. I wouldn't even need the Aclazotz. Could also play it a little slower, and then if I hit untapped land in the next 2 draws, I can play Aclazotz here. I think I like that a little bit more, but it's close. All right. That should be good enough, I hope. They could have a case. They could have a obliterating bolt. Yeah. Yeah, there you see the power of unanswered Deep-Cavern Bat into Raffine. It's difficult to beat. The Raffine is just so messed up that it just cycles through your cards. It's a fable on sticks in a way. Like, we got to discard a bunch of lands during this game. 4 lands that we drew, 2 cut downs that were awkward, and an extra copy of Raffine. We drew 7 additional cards. Think about it. I guess 1 cut down I used. So 6 additional cards that I filtered through to find my sideboard cards, to find exactly what I need to basically assure that I have the perfect draw. I mean, I don't have to tell you all this. We all know that Raffine is busted. And yeah, just the best card in Standard. Alright, well, that was my little X-course into Esper Midrange. The deck I played at the Pro Tour, top 4. With that, a long-time goal achieved. If you have any questions in the comments, let me know. Quick word on the future. I think there might be a little bit less content on this channel, a little bit less of the video type of stuff. I want to focus more on Magic Online these days. I want to qualify for the mocks. And yeah, I just found that continuously making videos on like Standard and Explorer, it doesn't really fulfill me that much, if that makes sense. Like, I think what I like to do content-wise is to play competitively and then share that to you. I think that's pretty cool content. Or I've been thinking about doing maybe reviews of my matches. I could look into that. But just like sort of playing a deck on ladder where we're not playing for much, nothing basically. And it's just a showcase of the deck. It doesn't intrinsically excite me as much. I love preparing for tournaments. I love playing in tournaments. Maybe I can find a way to combine those things. And if I stream on Twitch my Magic Online content, for example, where I play in the mocks qualifying events and so on, then you can see sort of a glimpse into yeah, how and when and I play competitive tournaments, which excites me more as well. So that's yeah, just a little heads up. But hey, maybe I have an interesting deck here and there. I'll I'll be happy to share. I mean, there's been a couple interesting decks from the Pro Tour. You guys have regional championships up, so maybe I'll make a video with Blue-White Control, for example, or, we'll see. Anyways, that's a little update on that. Thank you everybody for watching as always, and I hope to see you next time.